I don't know what to say. I could look at the positives. Yeah. I could look at the positives. I could say, I could say 6 games unbeaten in all competitions. I could say plucky Tottenham, 2-0 down for the second game, not second time in a row, but for the second time in our last 3 games. In fact, our last 4 games, sorry. I could say that. I could say we're resilient. I could say that the subs made a difference. But in all honesty, I'd be covering up what was an absolute shambles of a performance. Now, those things do matter. It's good that if we're not at our best, if we're not at the races, if for whatever reason we've not put our best foot forward in the game, it's good that we don't lose the game. But this is not that scenario where I'm clutching at positives, and I get it. It's the infancy of Frank's tenure as our manager. I understand there's going to be teething pains. There's going to be issues, bumps. It's not going to be smooth sailings. But that shouldn't mean that if we see an unacceptable performance, we should call it something else just because the result wasn't as bad as the performance justified. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm happy that we didn't lose the game. I'm happy that we pulled it back to 2-2, but that was a shocking performance. That was a really, really bad performance off the back of what was a shambolic second half showing against Wolves. So that actually means that for the last 90 minutes or last 135 minutes of regular time of football, we've been awful. We've been absolutely awful. And then if I wheel it back to the Villarreal game, the first home game in the Champions League, again, I only watched the last 30 minutes, but if the last 30 minutes was anything to go by for how that match went in general, then boy, that's 2 underwhelming performances in the Champions League back to back. Now, yes, it's 4 out of 6 points, but let's call a spade a spade. We should be beating Villarreal. We should be beating Bodø Glimt. We beat Bodø Glimt last season with a squad on paper that isn't as good as this squad. And that was with no Maddison. That was with no Richarlison. That was with no... who else was injured? I can't even remember who else was injured. A couple of players were injured. That was with no Bergvall, I think. Did Bergvall play? No, I think he was injured. I can't even remember. That was with a half-baked Kulusevski. But we won. We won 2-0. And we deserved to win. Like, we actually played a fairly defensive style, but we were rock solid defensively. We didn't give them a sniff in terms of clear-cut opportunities, but I can't say the same about today. I'm looking at these stats now, and bro, it was actually embarrassing for the majority of the game. They had 18 attempts to our goal. They had 2 big chances in the game. We had 3 big chances in the game to our 8. Yes, we had more big chances than them, but don't be fooled. We didn't deserve to win this game. The stats don't tell the full picture. They deserve to win this game of football, and there's so many things I can say, man. I think Thomas Frank, again, he gets the lineup wrong. He gets the decision-making wrong. Like, Frank, I understand that you have been dealt an unfair set of cards. I get it. No Maddison, no Kulusevski, no Solanke, no Muani, no Romero. You've had to play Kudus X amount of games. I understand. I get it. I'm not looking for swashbuckling performances. But please, stop shooting yourself in the foot. Stop. Just stop. When I saw that lineup today, I said, I know exactly what's coming. This is going to be a very, very, very nasty performance. Now, I'm not blaming Frank for everything. There are going to be players that I speak on. But the lineup just doesn't help. And it doesn't really inspire you with confidence sometimes. Like today, I look at it. He plays a midfield 3 of Bergvall, Sarr and Bentancur. I can understand starting... Listen, I'll get on Bentancur in a second because that one, if I speak, I'm in big trouble. But I can understand starting him and Sarr as the double pivot today. I get it. But when you look at that double pivot, who is the passer? Who's the one that's going to take the ball under pressure, relieve us of that pressure, and find passes into the final third? Nobody. So it's imperative that you play someone in the 10 who's going to have more of a feel for the ball, someone who's actually a natural number 10. Now, listen, Javi came on and he was meh. Didn't really do much, wasn't great, wasn't awful, but just wasn't really effective. But Frank needs to stop shooting himself in the foot with these lineups. You're playing Bergvall in the 10. We've already established at this current stage of his career, he's not a 10. And even if he was a 10, he's played poor in his last 2-3 matches. Why is he still starting? Why is he still starting? It's okay to rotate him. You look at the attack. Like, I can understand Odegaard playing. I get it. But Brennan Johnson, I can understand him starting because he needs to rest Kudus, but it's not worked at half time. The lineup you've played has automatically surrendered possession and has made us play some of the worst football we've played this season, and no changes at half time. And then when he makes a change, he brings on Pellegrini for Sarr, but then we have Bentancur and Pellegrini as the double pivot in a game that we're already losing and we're chasing. And then finally on the 80-something minute, he brings on Archie Gray, and Archie Gray has a hand in the goal. Do you get what you get what I'm saying here, right? You play the positive players that want to play ahead of the ball, right? That want to try and do something, go forward with the ball. And of course, it breeds a goal. I think with Frank, far too passive in some of these games. And this was one of my reservations with Thomas Frank. I'm not even doing that, I told you so. This is just glaring observation that this game, the game against Wolves and Villarreal and a few other games, stop playing with the handbrake on. If we need to win a game, play a team to go win the game. Even if I wanted to give him some sort of sympathy for resting players. Bro, after today's game, we've got Leeds away and then we've got international break. Like, this is an away game. It's not a home game. It's an away game. And it's up against an opponent that did quite well in the Conference League last season. Like, you have to play a lineup that works. You have to play a tactic that works. We surrendered far too much possession in the first half, but we weren't stopping Bodø Glimt from actually creating opportunities. And because of the lineup he picked, we're playing a defensive style, but you've not put players on the football pitch that when they receive the ball after we've withstood an attack, we can pop it. We didn't have those sort of players tonight. Sarr was awful tonight. Bentancur was awful tonight. Bergvall was awful tonight. But even still, if I look at the profile players, who's going to take the ball from deep and make things happen? Calm the players down. Bentancur is always sideways passing. Don't even get me started on Bentancur. Oh my days. Lolo. He's low-key mid. How about that? It's not even low-key. He's high-key mid. I don't dislike Bentancur. I don't. But I'm looking at what this team needs. And at this point in time, this team does not need this guy playing the lion's share minutes. I tweeted something about it today because he's going to get a new deal. If I had it my way, I would have sold him in the summer. Or I would let his contract run down and sell him next summer. I can understand the merits of keeping him around for this season. I can understand the merits of maybe even keeping him as a rotational 6. But I just wish we would prioritise getting players who want to take the ball and be brave with it. Because we lacked that today. We lacked any sort of quality today. Oh my days. Bentancur, that nonsense challenge. That absolutely insane challenge in the box. The guy's headless. He is headless. He's inconsistent. He will give you clusters of good performance and then clusters of crap performances. He's not reliable. Oh man. I don't get why we have these type of frustrating players at a football club. Because you have the capacity to play well. You have the capacity to play braver, play forward, drive with the ball. Why don't you do it? Oh, Lord. It wasn't just him. Mickey van der Ven. I know he scored today, but bruh. Him, Vicario Spence, what the heck were they doing for that second goal? Honestly, what were they doing for that second goal? Shocking pass from from Van de Ven. Hospital pass to Vicario. Vicario has a shocking clearance. Spence, I don't even know what type of turn you're trying to do. Just get rid of it. Why are you trying to do that bit of skill in such a precarious moment for Tottenham? It's just poor, man. Very, very poor. But yeah, back on the manager. I feel like, Frank, you're not helping yourself. Like, we know what you're up against. We know what you're up against. And I'm explaining it to you now. He didn't get that passer from deep. So he has to play Bentancur or Palhinha or Sarr or a Gray. Like, he didn't get the left winger, so he has to play with Odegaard. His two strikers are injured, so he has to play with Richarlison. I'm not blaming you for Richarlison playing poorly. I'm not blaming you for Bentancur playing poorly. I'm blaming you for not putting the right combination of players from what you have available to get Spurs playing a more fluid style, a more positive style where we're actually going to do better things with the ball. That's my frustration. But if I stick back onto the players, Pedro Porro just spamming, stripper. He absolutely stripped for that first goal and second goal, as per. Cuts inside, shoots. He lets that happen every day of the week. But you know what? He also does what he did for the first goal. Because that's just what he does. Puts in a fantastic cross. Mickey Van Ven heads the ball. And then Archie Gray, one of Frank's substitutions. I can probably give Frank credit for bringing him on, but at the same time, I'm like, no, because you could have brought him on first. Like, we're losing the game, and your first instinct is to bring on Palhinha. Come on, man. Come on. That's not what we want to see. Your first instinct should be to bring on Gray, because you're losing the game. At that point, you're losing the game. If I go for the rest, as I said, I mentioned Sarr was rubbish today, but Bentancur was 10 times worse. Bergvall was awful. Van de Ven, I think he did some good actions, but all in all wasn't amazing. Odegaard, how's he missing? Like, I think I like the idea of Odegaard better than the reality, unfortunately. I think I like the idea of Odegaard more than the reality. And what I mean by that is, for all the clean, secure possession, combination play, there's no goal threat. It's toothless. There's no goal threat. It's toothless. And I will actually say he's crap in front of goal. He is. He's rubbish in front of goal. That's not the first nor the second time where a ball gets played into the box and there's an opportunity for Odegaard to attack it, meet it, connect, and the ball doesn't end up in the back of the net. Like, I want to sympathise with these young players. I do. Because unfortunately, the club have put them in a situation where they have to come here and perform, and they don't have someone to take the burden off them. A starter. And it's the same for Tel, but they have to show us something. Show us more than just glimpses, moments, fleeting moments outside of the box. We need potency. We need something. Give us something. I don't even need to speak on Brennan Johnson. Do I? Do I need to speak on Brennan Johnson? I sound like a broken record, but do I need to say the same thing that I say every single game he plays? Do I need to say it? No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to waste your time and my time. You lot already know what it is with Brennan Johnson. You know what type of player this guy is. And the sooner we rid our club of these type of players, the better. And that's not just exclusive to Brennan Johnson. I'm even looking at Odegaard. I'm looking at Tel. I like these guys. But in the end of the day, I don't have patience for these prospects that aren't going to give us glimpses of quality. I'm having to cling on to combination play. I'm having to cling on to, oh, he can cut inside and beat man. No, give me something more than that. Give me some potency. Please, just give me a crumb. I'm not even asking for 1 in 3. I'm not even asking for 1 in 4. Can you give me 1 assist in 6-7 games? Can you give me even a sniff of goal mouth action? But anyway, back on Brennan Johnson. You already know what it is. Disgusting player, bro. I'm telling you. Nothing comes of it. And when he plays on any given flank for Tottenham, and no coincidence, when Kudus comes on, immediately we're actually able to use our right hand side. Who could have thought it? Who could have thought it, eh? And then up top. Oh, Lord. Oh, boy. Richarlison. Richarlison has got 2 goals in his last 3 or 4 appearances. Richarlison has got... he's got 4 goals in what, like 9? 4 goals in 9 appearances. He's averaging like 1 and 2. So his goal return is actually good by his standard. But guess what? He is awful. He is awful, man. When it comes to some of the fundamentals at this level, and by this level I mean the capacity to be a starter for a club that's aspiring to be a top 4 side, he's not it. He's not good enough. He's not good enough. He offers us maybe 1 or 2 or 3 games where like the hold-up play is actually decent, but the remaining 8 or 9 after is awful. And today was one of those awful games. He offered us absolutely nothing. No hold-up, no link play, no give and go, no combination play, no presence, no nothing. He offered us nothing. And this is why, as much as I like Richarlison as a character, this is why I wanted to sell him in the summer. I'm not having it. He could score 20 goals for all I care this season. My answer would be the same. We need to sell him in the summer. We need to sell him in the summer. If it's not the injury, it's performances like today where he just does nothing. And it's not even a today thing. He was terrible against Brighton. He was terrible against, who did we play recently? Wolves, when I watched. When was the last time he's actually had a good performance for Tottenham? When? Man City? Not good enough, man. Not good enough. But listen, I've gone in on all the players. They deserve it. It was a shocking performance tonight, but I do think the manager needs to wake up and actually start making more logical and sensible decisions for this team in relation to us in possession. Yeah? Too reserved in some moments. Playing safe, risk-averse. No. Play the riskier option, because more often than not, it may benefit Tottenham, right? Gray was a riskier option today, but are you really telling me that he wouldn't have done a better job than what we saw from any of our double pivots today? Really? And for all we know, he could have started Gray, and Gray probably could have stunk out the joint because it's happened before. But guess what? At least we can say you've given it a go. You've tried to play a team that's going out there to win, and we can put it all on the players. But we can't put it all on the players with some of these decisions that you're taking with the lineup and the substitutions. But anyway, people, let me know your thoughts, man. I'm out.